Alright, welcome back to New Newton. I've been on vacation for the past 2 weeks, so I'm just coming back into this. It's actually annoying to see that some of the bigger creators already have access to City Skylines 2, which means that once I get access in another month, I'm not going to get the engagement that they do. But what can you do? So there isn't really an apparent goal for this session. There are things I could do. I could add some more decoration to this garden, get it to 5 stars. I can try for milestones. The next milestone is going to be Capital City. That looks like it's almost there. The next one is Colossal at 42,000. That may or may not be reachable in an hour or so. The other thing I could do is I have access to one more tile at this point, and the only industry I don't have is coal. So we can go down here and create our coal industry. So I think that's actually going to be our focus for now. Our residential demand isn't terribly high, and we have some industrial demand. Oh, there's the milestone. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get these 2 tiles here. Start with this one just in case, because this is where the coal is at, right into the mountains. And then, do we need that tile? I am not going to grab this tile, because that may not be part of our plan. I'm looking at the sheet right now. Because we're going to go, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if that's 8, this would be 9. Alright, so we will grab this tile too. And then we can drag the railway and the highway down. And so this is as far south as we're going to go. So down here, what was that red dot supposed to be? Okay, so down here is going to be more beachfront property, then more low density residential. This is all going to be high density residential. There's going to be an airport here. How interesting. The university is going to be up here. So coal should be around here. The highway will go down, and I think, where do we have room to end it? This area isn't... Alright, I think maybe we'll end the highway down here. So let's see, let's grab a road. Come on. Where's my farm road? What is it called? Two-lane gravel road. Alright, why didn't that come out in search? Alright, so I'm going to freeform it and build the highway first, build the infrastructure first. Well, it's a cheap road, so let's just see what we can do here. Put that on. So coal's going to be here, so we're going to put our exit here. So we'll make that nice and straight. And then we'll put another exit maybe right there. That looks good. And then we use Mr. Parallel Lines tool. What did this do? So this created a hill to try and get it more. I actually kind of like that. It creates some visual interest there. So we'll leave it. And we're going to upgrade these to highways. Well, before we do that, let's put in our exit. So this will need to be a two-way exit, where again is the resources. So if we put the extractors here, then we could put the processors up here. So here we'll need our exits. And I'd like to put in this. What kind of space is that going to? That's not going to take up some space, so we will plop that right there, I think. And then at the end here, this is too big, I think. And it's poorly designed. I think I need to find or design more highway exits, but so this is going to be high density residential. So I don't really want a roundabout, but alright, I'm going to think about it later. I can't right now. So I thought Road Anarchy was supposed to replace these rather than not, but I guess we'll work with what we can. So this is going to have to go. So this is still the city. There's no reason, I think, to merge lanes. We'll stick with 4-lane highways. What's this? Industrial, no. What am I doing? This is tricky. So I think I'm going to make these merge down into 3 lanes, because this is going to be where the end of our highway is, and if I end up using the Black Widow thing, it only wants a 2 lane in there, possibly even a 1 lane. So I'll stick with 3 lanes for now, and we'll see where that goes. I forget if I have power set to follow roads or not. I still have power lines, so no, that does not set it that way. That's fine. Why don't you have raw materials? You're still trying to truck it in. That's why. Ugh, that's terrible. Wants oil. No, don't import. Do not import. How's this oil area doing? Okay, got enough workers, just needs the units, fine. And it's importing. Ugh. Processes are here. No, do not export. So what's happening is because I have this set to empty, these extractors are all probably putting enough oil in so that these guys can get what they need, but since it's set to empty and these guys only take what they need exactly when they need it, this is exporting it outside. So instead of these guys drawing from here, they have to import it. I don't want to set this to balanced because again these guys won't be able to take it from here. So I'm going to leave it like that and see how that works. If these guys come up with an error message that says not enough resources, then we can either add more extractors or change our warehousing scheme. But that's cutting down on our imports, so that's good. Hopefully, let's see that drop off. Good. Everything is our own import now, so we're making more money. The other thing to check for is if this empty warehouse fills up all the way, then that means we actually have too much processing going on. Just like, so here, not enough buyers for products, which means that this is set to empty. It doesn't want the oil, so this guy doesn't really have anywhere to put it. So we can actually, we'll just shut this guy off. We actually don't need this much processing right now. But this just goes to show you how understanding the production chain can really help you start to debug some of the error messages that you see. there's actually a spreadsheet. I don't know if I've mentioned it on this channel yet before, but there's a spreadsheet that I have that that I can put in how many extractors I have, what policies I have in place, what level of field it is, and that can tell me exactly how many processors I can handle and how many unique factories that I can handle, and if I have enough extractors for all of it. There is also the mod that I'm using. It is, what is it? Rebalanced Industries. So this can also go in and change so this mod is doubling the extraction and processing that my buildings will do, and it is not adjusting the production rate. Okay, so this is trucking. So that just means, so this is going to create less traffic because my trucks for extractors and processors will carry twice as much, but their production is not changed at all. I actually really haven't gone through this with a fine perusal to determine if this is exactly where I want it. But right now, my hope is that the way I have it set is that I can do what the game needs to do with half the traffic, with half the truck traffic. So as we can see, it's working pretty well. I'm at 76%. Is there a hotspot somewhere? Okay, so this area is an issue, and again, it's not the intersection, it's this traffic light. What is this traffic light doing? So that is the normal game traffic light. So we're going to change this to a default timed traffic light and see what happens. Looks like we kind of need to prioritize that traffic. So pause the game and we'll stop the traffic light. We need this step. We're going to edit that step, and we're going to create a minimum of 5 seconds and a maximum of 12. Very long green phase is fine. So that'll force this traffic to go through, or allow more traffic to go through on this cycle than the other cycles. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the other cycles to make their phases just a little bit quicker. And we start it, we unpause the game, and we see where that goes. So this traffic now should be able to clear much better. Still, is it not quite enough? It's getting better. The problem is that there's this merge here, but I don't... This merge here allows people coming in from the south to go north, and people coming in from the north to go south, and vice versa, so I don't know that I necessarily want to disallow that merge there. But there is a lot of traffic, and where do they want to go? They want to make that left. So let's see, we can get rid of pedestrians and cyclists, private. Yeah. Okay, so it's interesting. All the private vehicles want to get down here. It's just residences, all right? And truck traffic obviously wants to get to the industry. Okay. So there's several ways we can go about reducing the traffic here. I don't know that I'm going to be doing any of them. The most tempting way for most people is, it looks like all our traffic is coming from this direction. So we can just create an exit to go from, say, here to here and bypass this intersection altogether. That way leads to spaghetti. Sometimes it's the correct answer. Sometimes it's not. The other thing we can do is we can create more left turn lanes. We can either make this a 4-lane in, 2-lane out, asymmetrical road. We can double the left turn lanes. We can go real crazy and make just a left turn bypass, something just that bypasses this particular intersection, and you can create either a tunnel or a bridge that just makes this left turn. I don't know that I have the space for that. The other thing is we could just again adjust the light even longer, so that even more traffic is allowed through. That will tend to hold up the opposite side. See, we hear this is clear now, but we have this going on. So there's a second back up here. What is this light? What if we just made this a yield sign instead? It looks like they all want to go left. We could also make a second left turn lane there. In fact, I'm going to try that. We're going to make... Oh, there already is 2 left turn lanes. Interesting. So this runs into the problem where City Skylines Traffic AI just wants to take the shortest route. So even though there's 2 left turn lanes, they're only going to use the first one because it's 0.5 millimeter closer and therefore quicker. So what we can do is force it. So we'll make these guys that way and these guys that way, and then this guy can go here or here, and that's the bike lane. I don't care where they're going. Let's try that. That might not do it because there's a node here where they're allowed to change lanes. Right. Yeah, we don't want that. So let's go in here and we'll only allow them to change 1 lane. I'm not going to do that side because I don't think there's an issue there. Yes, there is an issue there. Look at that truck. Still nobody's using that middle lane there. There's not a lot of traffic back up anymore. We removed that light, put that yield sign, that helped. I do see this here. We'll check it out in a bit. But I'm also going to see what that does. So this is still allowing too much traffic freedom. People aren't using this lane because they could just go into this lane and then get one over and then get one over. So I think what we can try, I don't know if this is the correct solution because I'm only looking at one direction of traffic, but what we could try is okay, so these guys, I do want to be able to go there. Okay, good. Now they're stacking up in 2 lanes. I did this because I still want the people turning right here to be able to get to the far side of the intersection to go further south. Alright, so this is still a busy intersection, but it's not really backing up that much. It's still kind of backing up here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go in and make these guys, let's see if we just plop that down, see what that does. That might be too long of a green phase because this side, the east side, is still getting backed up. Okay, so I think I think I'm going to increase the minimum time here again. I'm going to make this a minimum of 6, go up to 15. I think the other thing I need to do is, I'm noticing that some of the cars are pausing right here, and I think that's because bike traffic is trying to get through there. There's no reason for this to be bike track. They have the paths down here, so I'm going to change out that road to just, what is that, a 6-lane? I don't need buses there either. So it's just going to turn into a 6-lane with trees. Okay. And that means we'll probably have to redo this stoplight. We're going to have to redo the spaghetti. So this was here and here. This was here. This again here. 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 Okay, and the light. So, okay, so everything there is fine. Let's see if that helps. The other thing I want to do is this cycle here. There's no traffic there. I can make that a minimum there. Oops. Okay, so this slowdown is because of merging. I might have to allow merging here. What if we did that? That's odd, there are buses there. Alright, that's clearing better. I should also go back and mark this up, huh? That looks ugly. Why does that look ugly? There we go. No, that way. And I'm not putting the dash lines in there because they can merge. So Actually, no, dash lines means you can merge. Okay. Oops. I forgot I had my... It's been so long I forgot I have my defaults changed. Okay, now we can look at... So that's still backing up a little bit, but I don't... We might have to introduce other measures later. I don't like seeing the red there. But I think I'm going to come back to it later. Alright, that guy got rid of his message. So I believe that was a message where not enough goods. Because he decided to import it by truck, and so it just took too long. This guy was here. So we're going to have another transport issue, right? Yeah, pathing issue. Alright, so we'll change our spawn point. And we'll put our spawn point right there. That's fine. And reset pathing. Can the hearse get there? Hearse got there. Job done. Oh, and yay, we finally have enough workers in this big building. And we have some industrial demand, so I will create one more office. Create some space in between it. What is our education looking like? What am I looking at? 15% highly educated, not bad. University availability a little low. Have some money, so I think we can start putting in some university buildings. I think we were going to do the liberal arts one, right? Because the School of Economics is good. Environmental studies is cool. Education, yeah. So we're going to do our liberal arts guys. And we'll go... plot. And we'll go. So what you're looking for to optimize your university is the student capacity. You want buildings with the highest student capacity. That's to get more people going to your building. And then you want the other things like the groundskeeping building and the drama club to increase attractiveness. So there's two things you're going for. You're going for students and you're going for attractiveness. So we'll put the study hall. And then we'll put in a couple dorms. The other thing you can realize is that you can use paths here instead of roads to connect your buildings. They're walkable canvases, if you will. Why is it snapping? I don't want it to snap. And also ground following. It's still trying to snap. Alright. So I'll go there. We don't need to make circles or anything fancy. To just put a couple dorms in. Cannot place on this road. Okay. I guess never mind what I said about not making roads. So we'll take little roads. Go that way with it. And so put in dorms. So I mean, you can cheese this and just put a ton of dorms in. I like to make mine a little normal looking, so you know, one study hall, maybe 3 or 4 dorms. That just makes more sense to me. And then so we could put groundskeeping, and we'll put a little drama club. Groundskeeping we'll put here. Now we need to connect it up to things. And then power. What is this? This is forestry. Do I have to maybe just sneak in another barracks? Yes, we can. And that will get power to university. So now we have the Cherry Institute of Social Sciences. If you're watching this far in the video, give me a fun name for this university. I could keep it as Cherry and just put a bunch of cherry trees around, but we can be more fun than that. And our campus attractiveness is already good enough for the next level. We just need students. Policies. We don't need to worry about too much about attractiveness, yes, so I'll keep some of those off. But we do need grants, and we will increase our... No, we don't need that yet. So, giving a grant, because in order to reach the next work, we need academic works, and might as well just drop some of that, all that money that we got. So we'll leave that alone for a little bit, and now our university is fine. Our power is a little low. Our budget's fine. Our sewage is a little low. Our budget's okay. As we were. Alright, so we were dealing with traffic. So these guys, not enough raw materials. That's probably because they're importing by truck. I need to put a train station down here, don't I? Yeah, I do. So I think there's going to be a separate train station for here. And then, because, yep, the industry's here, and then there's going to be one down here for the coal. Alright. So, where do I want to put Mr. Train Station? Where do I have room for a sponge? It looks like it's going to be over here. Okay. Get our handy cargo spacer. The train is over here. Where is the train line going? Train line is going underground there. We could just move that. That's fine. So, sponge. Will that be enough of a sponge? Probably. Okay. So traffic going to the train station. Okay, I think I'm going to need to make an entrance here. I'll need to make an entrance there. So we'll take that. So I have 2 and 2. It should go into 4, but then that's just going to create merge problems later. So do I create merge problems here at this intersection, or do I create them? No, I create them in an intersection because I can always light it. I can signal the intersection and alleviate the traffic problems that way. And then we'll have it fall out. I think we can create another intersection. Alright, I think I'm going to go up and over. What are you doing? Like so. Infrastructure. And cargo station. Does that have power? It has power. Great. Now we connect the tracks. We're going to go under. Like so. Yeah, we can do this. Is that going to cause a problem? That's going to cause a problem. We'll see if there's enough traffic. So my concern here is that train traffic going directly from north to south is going to interfere with train traffic from going east to west. I don't necessarily want to create like an interchange here. So for now I'm just going to leave it and hope, but we'll probably have to revisit it in the future. But this is now an operational cargo station. So these guys shouldn't have to import by truck as much. Hopefully that alleviates some of this intersection's traffic. These guys can now export through here and alleviate some of their truck traffic. Just take a minute to see what kind of traffic we're generating and if we need to make any adjustments. So far, it's looking pretty decent. So that's good. Alright, got our university. Got our second cargo station. Got an office building there. This guy made some poor choices, I'm guessing. Yep, made some poor choices. I wonder if there's... Can we use transfer manager to limit how far I'm not going to worry about it right now. We just understand that these red messages are there because they chose to import via truck, and this is honestly pretty far from external connections. I have building abandonment turned off because of the office worker issue. So there's just, see, they're gone now as the truck finally gets there. So it's just something that they have to deal with. They have to suffer the consequences of their poor choices. We can continue here and start to put in the coal. That is ugly. Question is, how am I going to get power all the way down there? That there is supposed to be low density residential. I don't have that high demand yet. One thing I can do is I can bring the train line. Do I want to bring? Yeah, let me bring the train line down. It's low density, so once we get to here, we'll bring it above ground. coal mine. Looks like we're going to be switching sides here. So we'll bring this. Alright, so. Okay. Bring this here to go that way. And then we'll go underground here. We're switching sideways because this is going to be our harbor. And in fact, maybe I just put in the harbor now. That kind of makes sense to me. So I'm going to do. Nope, I guess we'll do it on the next thing. Should try and find a harbor where the train is on the other side instead of the ocean side. That's a little silly. Maybe I'll do that between now and next video. So what we need to do is extends. Are we again with the? We are. So we're going to extend our grid south. So that's already 24, so... That is a different road. Okay. So according to this grid, there should probably be another interchange here somewhere. We'll worry about that in a while. Looks off. It's too far. Is that too short? Is that what that means? That's too short. That's what that means. I'm expanding the grid as little as I can. I want to slowly drag power over here. I don't want to create more roads than I absolutely need because roads cost money. Not much money, but enough that it should be a concern of yours. And since these two 6 lanes would intersect over the highway, I'm not dragging them down there. I don't know what the solution is going to be yet. Actually, I could just kind of I don't know. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll make the interchange here, kind of drag this diagonally, and then we can make this an overpass. That sounds like a good idea. So, interchange, we don't need anything huge. More expensive. You want to do a park though? No, there's no reason not to do a spooey. We don't need to do a tiny spooey. $17,000 versus 24,000. Eh. My spooey's all pretty anyway. Nope, don't want to do that. We don't want the bikes crossing this intersection. We want them going underneath and around. Make sure this has yields and not lights. And infrastructure. So we need more industry. Not so much residents, but I'm going to add residents anyway. What are you doing? Stop that. Could add a little bit of commercial in here, maybe. Like that. Okay, so that is a level 3 office. And we still have high industrial demand, so we're going to create more offices. Because that one isn't going to suddenly become a skyscraper. Should also probably consider bus lines and whatnot for down here, maybe over there, but I'm feeling particularly lazy about mass transit at the moment. Maybe it's the American in me. The other things to consider is city services, fire, police, parks. Yeah. So police, fire. This is fire. Okay. Not great, but okay. Police. Fine. Trash. Post service is okay. Trash is fine for now. Maybe we'll put another recycling center near the coal processing. That should be fine. Schooling is still fine. Parks. Okay, so we shall get our favorite sidewalk cafes. Looks like we need another one over here. Here. And this looks like another pathing issue. That's really just a terrible place to put a house. So far, so good. Don't need so many crosswalks. Do we need to connect bike lanes? Yeah, we kind of do. How do we want to do that? Since there's trains under there. Huh. That's going to be tricky. Hmm. Uh, Yep, hopefully that'll work for him. Alright. Well, it doesn't look like the train station has reduced traffic here too much. That's a little disappointing. Back to this project. There's supposed to be an airport down here. Alright, we can make the airport here. Looks like it'll have to be that. Do we need to worry about it yet? Airports are unlocked. 60,000. Where's the international airport? There, 75,000. Alright, we're not going to worry about airports yet, but I think we're going to stick it. Oh, so these are going to be downtown. Yeah, the airport really kind of needs to be in here. Alright, so, sorry guys, I know you just moved in, but we got to get rid of you. And how big does the airport have to be? make an airport area? Or do I just want a little airport? This is probably going to top out at 120. I don't know that we need a ridiculous airport. Well, crap. Because if I put the airport here, then I lose my power. Alright, looks like we're probably going to have to do an airport area. As much as I don't want to. Maybe for now. Alright, so... Alright, that should be large enough for a small regional airport. It's not going to be an international airport, but it'll be small and regional. And I guess we're doing this. Why not? So we'll put this guy. So skyscrapers there, skyscrapers there, mountain there. Runway's probably going to have to look like this. I don't like that. The game only needs you to create like that of a runway, but realistically, even a regional airport's runway is about 8,000 meters. So a realist runway would be about that long. It's about 300 units in game, and the game is, what is it, 50 units? Very unrealistic. I generally like to go in between, and I feel like 150 units is a decent runway. But the other thing you have to consider is the space you have. So we need space for the runway. We need space for concourse. And honestly, if you're doing an airport, there's no reason not to go for a 3-star airport. So you need space for decoration as well. I don't know if I'm going to have space for all of that and a cargo airport as well. So I think, and I know this isn't going to be a busy airport, so I think I will continue with my idea of having this as the runway. 140 U's. We're maybe going to go 100 U's this way. And I might just call it good there. I need enough space for taxiways and berths. And decorations. Give me small stands for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be plenty for now. And that'll leave room for expansion later. Taxiways. Realistically, you should add about 10 units. You should have alternate runways on both sides of the, or alternate taxis on both sides of the runway. But 6U is fine as a compromise. This is basically so like if an aircraft has to abort a takeoff, it can get back off, go back around. There should also technically be slipways halfway in between, but the game won't let you do that. So an aircraft is going to land. It's going to go here. Here, these guys need to connect up to get back. These guys want to go this way. And that honestly should be enough to get the airport started. So we've got a runway, they land, they get off here, they can taxi to any of the berths, and then priority is given to get back to, it can't get to the runway. How's it going to get to the runway? This needs to go that way. Should be sufficient to do it. The other thing you're going to need to realize with an airport is that it's going to need its own police station and it's going to need its own garbage station, because for some weird reason pathing to these guys is really terrible for both of those services. So we will put a little bit there. And we'll make a little tiny police station and a little tiny garbage. And with Transfer Manager, we can go in and make sure they're only operating within the district and the airfields. This guy's only operating within district. What am I missing? I need a control tower. There's people coming in. Attractiveness. We could do a little airport hotel. We can do some hangars. No, I don't want to do it there because that's going to... water. Okay, so we got our attractive score to get up to 0. Now we just need passengers. And I need to make sure that we have everything we need for passengers. Because so far I haven't seen any planes, and that's disturbing. There we go. Okay, there's one plane. I mean, the other thing to realize that I have to remind myself is that we only have 30,000 people, and that's not really enough for decent air traffic. I put in the airport area for two reasons. One, this is where the airport goes, and I don't want to continue building stuff out and not leaving room for an airport. And two, it's another way to create power over here. Alright, so we know our airport is working now. And so I think the next thing to do is start building out our coal infrastructure. So this is all going to be coal. Coal. I don't need all of this area, obviously, but there's no reason not to take it. Road-wise, so we can put four-lane road. So I'm just going off my normal grid here still. I don't recall off the top of my head how big these buildings are. So the first thing we obviously have to do is this guy. I think we can put him there. Then we need to make sure that he has utilities. And how do we want to do power? So generally we don't want to run power lines across a runway. That's a recipe for disaster. So we'll go here. Run along the road here. And up that way. Then we can get to extraction. We'll do 4 for now. I think that should be sufficient. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Warehouse will go, let's see. Mr. Warehouse, go here. We'll see where that goes. Airport's at level 2. You need a lot more. Put in a luxury hotel here. We can put in some airline lounges. We can put in some fueling stations. Make these larger hangars. We can, let's see. We can redesign the terminal, but that's just such a pain. Medium hangars. Put these 1, 2, 3. Where does that get us? I still need 400 more attractiveness. Ugh. Right. No. It's unrealistic, but it's always cheesable to add more control towers. Add more lounges. Add another hotel. Usually it's a pretty quick ramp up to level 3, and then you're redesigning the airport from the ground up. Which means you have to go up through 1, 2, and 3 again, but it's not terrible. Where are we at? We need 180 more. Maybe 3 more of those would do it. There's 100. I mean, again, unrealistic, but who really cares? Yeah. We're cheesing things a little bit. And this guy's got plenty of ore, so now we can put in our extractors. Ore grinding mill. Let us change our pathways. We're going to do 60, 30. So if metals. That's super annoying. Yeah, I want to make sure these guys don't import. Workers' fines, we're almost there. So, glass and barracks. Alright, level 3 airport. We'll worry about the rest of that later. We're going to go into our barracks. I'm going to make this guy efficient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to turn on all this stuff. Okay. And that'll be easy to get up to level 4. And probably quickly level, yeah. Level 5 we'll need to add some more, but that's fine. Okay, so now we have an airport. We have the last of the 4 resource productions. We're still not at the next milestone, but that's okay. I think that we have a university too, and we have 74% traffic flow still. Let's look at that real quick. It's still the same. That intersection there, and this intersection there is also a little much. What is going on there? That is an issue. I'm gonna just fix this real quick while I'm thinking of it, because this is probably a light that doesn't want to be a light. We're just gonna make that the yields. We're going to turn off that. Yeah, that's an issue. Yeah. We're gonna have to look at these 2 intersections again. Next episode. I think that'll be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.